Hey guys, it's me. It's been a rough week, rough last week. I know you guys, some of you guys may be on my Facebook, and you know that a close friend of mine had passed away, and so I haven't been on as much as normal because there's no way to kind of prepare for that or deal with it. It's just an emotional roller coaster, and in fact, I just apologized to my wife this morning because I was snapping at her, and I was snapping at her last night and this morning. And I just had to tell her I'm sorry, because I know I'm like emotionally raw, and just the slightest thing is just kind of sparking me. And, a lot of that has to do with, just what's going on. But I wanted to talk about how do we see ourselves? Because when you go through extreme stress, turmoil, or trauma, the real you will tend to come out, you know. Who you really are underneath the mask, underneath the facade, underneath all the makeup and cologne. You really start to show yourself. You show your behind, as what my mom would say, and it's a real honest moment in your life, and so I really try to understand and take a look at every moment in my life, even the painful ones. And so, I wanted to talk about our identity. How do you see yourself? And just these past couple weeks, I've been really been just enmeshed and just swarmed with love and just support from people I didn't even expect, to really reach out to me. And I was kind of shocked by people who didn't reach out to me, but that's neither here nor there. I know we've all got our lives and we're all busy, and sometimes I think when people don't reach out to you, it's because either A, they don't know that you needed that, and that's partially your fault because they may see you as super functional and strong, and so they don't know that you also need support. Nobody gets through this life successfully solo. There's a lot of people that go solo and they do okay, but it is my belief that it's the tribe that helps people really become exceptional in their life. It's not the MVP. It's the team. It's the whole team. So what I wanted to talk about was our identity, and in that identity, I see all of us as kings and queens. Real royalty. But just because you're a king or a queen does not mean that you're a good king or queen. You could be a dictator. You could be all entitled and spoiled in believing that the world wraps around you and your desires and your issues, and that's just how you operate. From a real slightly narcissistic standpoint. And we all know people like that. Or you could be a real servant king or queen where you're all about the community, all about the team, all about the tribe and your family, not necessarily the one that you're born into, but the one that you create, and that takes a real heart of compassion, confidence, encouragement, because if you looked at yourself, what are you known for? What is your royal legacy about? You know, what do they say? What will they say about me? What do they say about Will? I'm hoping that they will say that, Will was royalty and he was just, his domain was encouragement, compassion and honesty. I'm hoping that that's what I'm going to leave behind, and I mean, and that wasn't always the case. It used to be I was the king of depression and self pity, because that's just what I was about, It was all about me in a twisted kind of way. Me feeling sorry for myself, always looking for something negative to justify my emotional the black hole I had going on. And so my legacy at that time was just, sadness. And I know you guys, a lot of you guys probably don't even know me from that time. And I'm glad. My grandson will never know me back in the day when I was drinking and doing drugs, and that that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was that I was so freaking moody. I mean, I'd be up one minute and down the next, and a lot of that had to do with the lifestyle I was leading. From the sugar and just the lack of nutrition and exercise, to the alcohol, the late night, encounters with women or drugs. I mean, I was just all over the place. I was just a walking vessel of impulses, and I know a lot of us might be stuck in that phase in life, where we're just reacting. We're just reacting. But if you're really going to walk into your royalty of being a king or a queen, you've got to stop reacting. You've got to start acting and preparing and working towards your future, towards, everybody has a, a territory, an empire, if you want to just go there. And it's it doesn't matter whether it's an empire of misery or an empire of majesty. We all have this environment that we're a part of, that we're affecting and being infected by. And I choose to infect my environment. I choose to be an influence in my environment, to motivate, to encourage, not just for you guys on social media, but at home with the people I encounter every day. And I look for people to be in my domain, that are positive, that are strong, that are motivated. Even the people I work with in my office, my clients. I don't take everybody. I don't take everybody. I I am often, even though you don't realize it, I'm looking for that spark of interest, that spark of something in somebody's eyes, in their posture, in their voice, in their tone, that says, I have not given up yet, and that I want greatness, I want success, I want love. And that's what makes us royalty. That's what makes us incredible, phenomenal people. I was telling my friend Jeanette this morning. I said, you got a phenomenal friend in me, and she just started cracking up. But I was serious, But you got to own that, because, and it's not about being arrogant. It's not about you having this ego. It's about taking responsibility for your own greatness. So if you say you're a good man or a good woman, you have to be that good man or good woman, not just when you feel like it. It becomes your responsibility to do the right thing. So if you are true royalty, if you are a true king or queen, and a lot of us talk about that. We want to be that man's queen and we want to be the king and da 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 da. But are we acting the part? Do we command respect? I didn't say demand. I said, do we command it because of our efforts, because of our actions? Do people recognize us because of our heart? And I'm talking about what the good stuff in our heart. Because some of us are upset by the way people treat us, but they're treating us the way we act. And you got to take a look at that. If you're not being treated well, you got to take a look at what's going on. Either A, why are you around these people? Or B, what are you doing to cause these people to treat you the way they treat you? Because you're responsible for your own kingdom. So today, this week, I'm just asking you guys just to take charge of your life. Take charge of who you want to be. Did you know how a lot of people will say, well, you only got one life to live? That is so true. In this life, in this life. I'm not talking about the next life. I'm not talking about the afterlife. I'm not talking about, that glorified body that we talk about in church. I'm talking about in this life. What is your responsibility in this life? And seize the day. Seize your land where you're so expand. I mean, come on. What are you waiting for? Be who you're meant to be and stop complaining and justifying where you're at. Okay, so that is my mid-morning motivational talk for this morning, okay? I love you guys. I really, really do. I appreciate all you guys who've called me to check on me. And I'm still here. Talk to you soon. Later.